Right field, Segura's out, Castellanos out, and the Philadelphia Phillies are going to the World Series.
In this video, I'm going to give you 3 reasons why any loyal Met fan cannot and must not root for the Phillies to win the World Series. And if you stick around to the end, I'm going to share with you a few tips to make watching this series a little more palatable, as well as provide you with my prediction as to who's going to win this World Series.
Little roller up along first, behind the bag, it gets through Buckner, here comes Knight and the Mets win it!
Hey everyone, welcome back into the channel. As a Mets fan, I thought we had finally completed our penance. After selling our souls to the baseball devil after we acquired Cespedes in 2015, I was convinced we had done our penance when we watched the Nationals and the Braves win the World Series. But obviously, the baseball gods want more. So here we are in 2022 with yet another National League East team, the lowly, filthy Phillies, squaring off against the Astros in the World Series. But there are 3 reasons why any Mets fan cannot be rooting for the Phillies to win this World Series. Let's jump in. If the Phillies somehow manage to win the World Series, the total balance of power in the National League East will shift. There will now be 3 good teams and only 2 bad teams. We cannot let that happen. The National League East is already tough enough. The balance of power in the National League East must be preserved as is. If the Phillies somehow, some way win this World Series, they will not only gain confidence, they'll come together as a team, and they may actually be favored to win the National League East in 2023. We cannot have that. Now, if the Phillies lose, they'll be demoralized, they'll lose their confidence, and they'll sink back into oblivion, just where they should be. Before we get to number 2, if you like this video, please be sure to like and subscribe. Now, the number 2 reason why we cannot have the Phillies win this World Series. They're really unlikable. They have guys on this team named Bryson, Kyle, Reese, Alex, Bryce. What is this? A frat house? It's not a baseball team. To make matters worse, they have 2 ex-Mets in Wheeler and Syndergaard. We can't have them win a World Series ring before Jacob deGrom. Come on. And just think of all the stupid tweets we're going to get from Syndergaard telling us how great he is. We can't have that. And the number 3 reason is the Phillies stink. I know it, you know it, and the Phillies know it. We cannot support a team that did not even win 90 games during the regular season go and win the World Series. Baseball is a marathon. It's not a sprint. We cannot have a team that underperforms in the regular season squeak into the playoffs like the Phillies did. I mean, they got in as the last wild card team with only 87 wins and only got that berth by 1 game over the Milwaukee Brewers. We can't have that. Come on, it'll ruin the integrity of the sport. So, what are my suggestions for being able to stomach this World Series? Number 1, hold your nose and root for the Houston Astros to annihilate the Philadelphia Phillies. Sure, I don't like the cheaters. I don't like smug Bregman and height-challenged Altuve, but they're all we got. We have to root for them to pummel the Phillies. And if it comes down to it and the Phillies are on the brink of winning the World Series, don't watch the game. Instead, take some time and watch clips from the 1986 World Series Game 6. That'll give you real inspiration. So what's my prediction for this series? The Astros were the only 100-win team in the American League, and they clearly had the easier ride to the World Series, beating 2 inferior American League teams. The Phillies, on the other hand, are clearly on a roll. They beat the 100-plus win Atlanta Braves in the first round, and then they beat the Padres, who beat 2 100-win teams in their pursuit of the World Series. Right now, the Phillies are playing loose and they believe in themselves. That's a very dangerous combination. But our only hope is that because of this long layoff, maybe the Phillies have lost some of their mojo. Maybe the imposter syndrome has seeped in and they realize they're really not that good a team. If that has happened, Astros in 4. If not, Philly in 6. So what we're left with is the cheating Astros versus the Philadelphia Phillies. Which do you choose? I say as a Met fan, you have to go with the cheaters. Please forgive me, baseball gods.